Alright guys, so Cookie Kingdom has uploaded the update trailer video for Awakened Hollyberry Cookie update, and before the actual update does come out, I want to talk about the cookies that are not going to be worth investing in right now, currently inside of the game, especially before the new update does come out. I kind of talked about it on the things not to do, which is going to be leveling up your cookies. Here's a more in-depth guide on what cookies are not really worth it right now, so let's go over it because Hollyberry Cookie update is going to be bringing a lot of changes. So as of right now, with the current update of Eternal Sugar, I wanted to talk about what you guys should be focusing on. First of all of the Awakened Ancient cookies are pretty much worth it. Dark Account is more specific, but everybody else is pretty much going to be good and going to be something that you want to kind of invest in for the long run. And then of course with the Awakened Hollyberry, we are going to be getting her into the meta, and she's definitely going to be really good. The only one that you kind of want to stay away from right now is going to be White Lily. White Lily eventually is going to be receiving her Awakened form. However, because of the fact that she is pretty much going to be the only one now that is not going to have the Awakened form with the extra skill and everything like that, she is going to be the one to kind of stay away from. She really isn't needed too much. If you do specifically need cookies like her inside of a team for specific game modes, then utilize the Hall of Ancient Hero, just like I talked about in my previous videos. Alright, so right now I was saying, because of the fact that Awakened Hollyberry is coming out, White Lily is pretty much the quote-unquote worst ancient out of everybody else, because she doesn't have one yet. She doesn't have the Awakened form. Alright, out of the beast cookies, of course all of the beasts are going to be really good. I would specifically say, you know, Burning Spice as well as Eternal Sugar are going to be super good for PvE. Mystic Flower is also good for PvE as well, but you know, Shadow Milk I would say more towards the arena side of things, very specialized in that. And then of course you have the guild boss battle too with Shadow Milk, as well as someone like you know, Eternal Sugar. So all the beasts are pretty much worth it, so you have them, level them up. And then moving on to the legendaries right now, I would say the only two legendaries that are going to be worth are 100% Fire Spirit and Wind Archer. But besides that, I would say all of the crystal gems as of right now are not really good. The only one that I can really kind of recommend to at least just build level 1 is going to be Frost Queen, because you guys know that there is a stage inside of the Choco Cake Tower where you kind of need a Frost team or an Ice team in order to actually clear it, and you want to utilize Frost Queen's Crystal Gem. So the only one that I will recommend to actually build is going to be this one right now, and then in the summer around August is my expectation right now, is going to be Stormbringer's Crystal Gem. And there are talks, and they kind of put it in the subtitle, not 100% too sure, but Wind Archer is said to be coming out in the end of the year too, so I'm guessing after Millennial Tree and Silent Salt and White Lily comes out, that is when Wind Archer is going to get his Crystal Gem by the end of this year. But not too sure as of right now. Still, he's really good. Not really for the arena anymore too much, but still in specific game modes in the PvE section, awesome. Fire Spirit used for everything still right now. And then again, the ones that I would say to stay away from are these 4 specific legendaries, except for Frost Queen, just Crystal Gem and to put her in the hall if you have to. Stormbringer again is on an iffy side. Wait for that Crystal Gem before you actually do level her up. And the next one is going to be Pitaya. Absolutely not worth it. You're going to have to wait until that 2026 when more dragon cookies are going to be coming out. Don't even know actually if Pitaya is going to get a rework. Most likely will get a rework. It would be weird if other dragons come out and Pitaya is like this like 3-year-old cookie that just doesn't get used at all. So hopefully that does happen in 2026. But as of right now, definitely not worth it. Out of the super epics, I will have to say most of the super epics are just going to be really just placeholders in most of the situation. There are specific stages where you have to use like Elder Fairy, and Elder Fairy can still be used, but I would say pretty much all of the super epic nowadays are going to be just not really worth investing in. I would say if you have to use them, put them inside of a hall. The only one like you know, Sherbet is used specifically. Oyster can sometimes be used specifically. Shining Glitter for the electricity comp and stuff like that. But you know, again, all the super epics are kind of outdated, and you just need to put them in the hall if you have to use them. And then out of the epic cookies, there's a lot of epic cookies that are outdated right now. The one that specifically came up is going to be Vampire, but besides that right now, I would say most of these guys, except for the ones that are specifically for guild, like Twizzly, Blueberry Pie, something like Financier does work, Mint Choco, and stuff like that. Besides them, and Dark Choco, I would say most of these magic candies, as well as most of these cookies, don't even need to be leveled up, except for, again, like the guild specific ones, like Wedding Cake, Black Forest. You have someone like Starcore is really good, but besides that, again, like all of these guys, I would say probably you can stay away from as of right now. Even the magic candy, because magic candies are going to be really expensive and takes a long time for most players. It is not really worth investing in these outdated ones, Vampire Arena specific. So if you want to go and try out the Vampire Comp, then go ahead. But besides that, rest of them are kind of iffy. I would say only one that you kind of can go and invest in for the long run is going to be Cream Puff, for like, Beast Raid and those kind of extra buffs. But besides that, all of the cookies are kind of old, and again, they can be used, right? Specific game modes, Epic Omni Arena, stuff like that, they can be used. But because of the fact that you want to save up those, specific, EXP Star Jelly skill powders, especially if you don't need them for the long run. If you're not going to use them for a very long time, it is probably better to utilize the Hall of Ancient Heroes, because that is pretty much what Hall of Ancient Hero is for. That is not the Hall of Ancient Hero. This is the Hall of Ancient Hero. And they, again, made it so that all of the skill levels are going to be up to 90 as well once you guys get 5 of that specific class to level 90. As of right now, I need to go and level up my Black Pearl, and I should be able to go and get a level 90 of that ambush as well. But again, like, there are a lot of great epic cookies that are going to be used, which I will talk about in a separate video. But in today's video, where cookies are not worth it are going to be those ones that are outdated, specifically like Rye. Black Raisin is kind of iffy on the iffy side because of the weakness debuff. Queen of Man, very specific use. Mango is pretty much outdated now too. Tea-Night. Wildberry is, I would say kind of outdated too. Parfait is still decent, but outdated as well. Cream Unicorn is not that great, only in specific game modes. Pinecone is outdated and gone from the guild boss battle as well. Captain Caviar too does great damage, kind of outdated though. Mollasons can be used, but not really. And then Latte, not used. Licorice, not used. Pastry, not really used either. Snow Sugar is used in specific one, but kind of not needed. Caramel Arrow 2. Fro Jellyfish. Strawberry Crepe, not really used anymore. Macaron, Eclair, Royal Margarine. I'd say Herb 2, very specific. Cotton, Milky Way in a very specific too. Cotton can still be out all-rounded, but honestly, there are better cookies now. Squid Ink outdated, Espresso outdated, Madeline outdated, Werewolf outdated, Sorbet outdated, Milk outdated, Poison Mushroom, Pumpkin, Carol, Brute, Prophet, Purple Yam, Peppermint, yeah, kind of outdated too now. Honestly, the magic candy was for that Beast Raid. Cherry Blossom, I would say like Pomegranate, Mozzarella, Chili Pepper, Red Velvet, Almond, Lilac, Fig, Affogato, Crunchy Chip, Cocoa, Candy Diver, Sparkling. Raspberry is getting a new one, so you have to watch out for her. Mercurial Nights, Cloudhead Save, Peach Blossom, and all of these cookies pretty much, are going to not really be good. Out of the specials, I would say all of the specials are pretty much going to be used in certain situations. I would say Snapdragon and Cream Fair are still the top 2 use, and then for specific usage, Icicle Yeti. And then besides that, all of the other ones, you guys can go and level up if you guys would like to. I would say common and rares, not really used except for sometimes like Blackberry and specific ones for the buffs. But besides that, again, the main point is that there are a lot of cookies that can be used in specific game modes, but the main focus is only focus on the cookies that are going to be used for long term with your limited amount of resources. Of course, the longer you play, the resource stacks are going to get larger, and then you can invest in different cookies. But again, because of the fact that we are in level 90 right now, and most likely we're going to get into 95 and then probably 100 later down the line, the amount of skill powders especially that's going to be required is going to be a lot. So that's why you want to utilize the Hall of Ancient Hero for specific game modes if the cookies that are not really worth investing in like your resources in, needs to be used, you put them inside the hall, and that's how you utilize them for the maximum potential. But that's pretty much it for this video. I will be going over the cookies that are worth it. Most likely I want to kind of say maybe I might wait until Hollyberry Awaken and Raspberry Magic Candy comes out. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and if you guys haven't checked out the video that I talked about for the updates of Hollyberry, then watch that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.